young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে PowerUp সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে দুটি প্রাইজ পুল সহ দুটি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ দুটি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি PowerUp সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this wonderful day. We are here from ESPL, bringing you the ESPL Valorant PowerUp Amateur Cup Series 5. Today we have a lower bracket semifinals match for you between two big teams, and probably one of the most entertaining matches I'm hoping to see between these two teams, because since this is for the semifinals and for the grand finals of the lower brackets, it is between Strangers Emitting Radiation and Wolframite Esports. What a match it's about to be. I'm Kirito with my co-host Preston Ossets, and we are preparing ourselves for this insane matchup. This is a best of 3 match between these two teams. So the first map is Bind, second map being Split, and the decider map being on Ascent. We have such a game in store for you. Hopefully you guys are ready for it. I know I'm ready for it. Presto, are you there? You ready?
Well, absolutely, Kirito. I'm really excited to see what the match has to show us. But either way, you guys might wonder, but what is ESPL all about? So ESPL is a global esports network and tournament platform provider with the goal of elevating players from casual gamers to esports champions. Starting 2021 with a bang, ESPL's hope is to grow Valorant esports talent across South Asia and through the PowerUp series. As we all know, the top 3 teams from Amateur Cup will join the Invitational Cup to compete against some of the best teams in the country. For more information, visit espl.gg/BANGLADEH, which is Bangladesh, for more tournaments like these and for fun esports content. We're currently live streaming on ESPL Bangladesh, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as on BongoBD. Thanks for BongoBD for being the country partner of this tournament. And this tournament is organized by ESPL, or Esports Players League. And without further ado, we're going to be hitting in the first map. As you said, Kirito, Bind is going to be the map selected by Strangers Emitting Radiation, or SCR. Let's see what the game is going to be, which team is going to be taking the first map, and which team will be victorious from these 3 maps. Or do we even need 3 maps or 2? Big question mark.
It is a big question indeed, but these two teams, I mean, they have their strengths and weaknesses, but considering how competitive this whole tournament has become, I'm sure both of the teams are here to give whatever energy they have, whatever fuel they have, and put it in the field, give it all they have. So it's very much possible we could go to the third map, considering that even if one of the teams lose the map, they'll take that opportunity to, sort of point out their own weaknesses and exploit where the enemies did their mistakes. So hopefully come to win on the second map, whoever loses on the first map. So I definitely hope to see at least this match going to the third map, so we can have as much as fun and action as we can. So starting off this round, we're seeing quite general picks coming from both teams. Basic stuff, SER attacking first. They have two duelists, Reyna and Raze. The smoker is gonna be Brimstone and Killjoy and Sova playing Sentinels and Initiators. The same thing almost for Wolframite, except for different agents. Ezio and Zerf playing Reyna and Raze. We see Toxin with the Omen, Aku playing Cypher, and Kyochi with the Sova. So these lineups are pretty similar in a sense, but the main agent selection, the difference that I'm seeing from these two is Brimstone and Omen. So do you think that's actually a factor for these two teams, that could decide who's going to win or lose?
Well, Kirito, people and players seem to have their own set of strategies and at the same time they have their, flexibilities, their plans, their motivational movements and etc. But that can be a difference, but I don't think having Omen or Brimstone is gonna be that much of a difference, because we do have a Sentinel in a difference as well, because Cypher is gonna be on the side of the defenders, and on the defensive side, actually on the attacking side, we're gonna be having the Killjoy. But either way, we did see a lot of action happening as I was distracted with that, and we'll see the plan going down pretty early. So I think being the Brimstone here, I think he is looking forward for the steam beacons and the mollies on the board, because yeah, he is a smoker, but I think he actually does a lot of work aside smoking around. Well, Omen is not an exception either. Kyochi here is gonna connect his shot onto Dibs, but he's gonna fall in the hands of Kyochi. I mean, in the hands of Xander. So the first round, I do wonder how is it gonna be, because so far it has been a bloodbath, and I see Zerves is actually trying to bait it out, and he will try to bait the players out, but Captain Rage was ready to go for the swing, and he will eliminate the remaining player. And as I was saying, the agent's composition can be a big factor, but still, if they have the strategies in their pockets, I think that is going to be the elephant of the room. Well, that's only one round of the board, Kirito, and I'm pretty much sure we have a lot to come around the upcoming rounds. But let's see how the players are going to be. SJ is going to be going for a anti-eco round, while Team Wolframite is going to be going for a full eco.
The first round win going in favor of SER, and we're going to see a full eco coming from Wolframite. And not just that, they're stacking at the side of B, but that is the wrong call right now, as you see the A side where SER are pushing. That is the side that they're going for, going to, and no, they're going to have an open side. Then the bomb plan should be pretty easy for them, but they're still being really patient. They're not really pushing in with aggression, which a lot of teams do, despite having those weapon advantages. So I'm really interested to see how they push into the site while they discover that the site is empty. And Wolframite, I think they have taken the time to sort of go back to A, because I think they realize now that it might have been the wrong call. Wolframite is present. A late side push coming in from the side of SER, the bomb plan going down, but Wolframite still holding with those classics up there. And Ezio, the first kill on to find. Oh, a second one! Taking down those Spectres. That doesn't matter for him. Blade with a backstab onto Aku. Blade with another frag onto Kyochi. Ezio with a trade. He's on a 3k right now, toxing with one more onto Xander. But the trade is there, and Wolframite, Ezio, a 4k. They're gonna go win that's a thrifty round win for them. And 1-1 the score. Toxin's gonna defuse the bomb, and that has definitely helped the momentum of Wolframite by a huge margin. I mean, losing the first pistol round is a demotivation factor and so on, but winning on an eco on the second round with and a hard eco too at that, all classics, not even a ghost, not a good fragging, he must be feeling himself right now.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's saying Requiescat in Pace in the chat to his teammates now, because he is living up to the name of the legendary assassin Ezio Auditore da Firenze. And winning that eco round, it's really gonna be a huge demotivational factor for Team ACR. Let's see if they can recover from it or not. For now, they're opting to go for a eco here. It looks like they're actually gonna be damn aggressive, and yes, they are gonna be like that, and they're actually gonna commit to the objective without giving any mercy. Toxin's gonna fall, but I think the remainders are not gonna come from the hands of ACR, because so far WLF is gonna be painting the kill feed with their own names. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Fahim is the last surviving player here in a 1v2. It's really doable because he did recover a weapon, and one of the players are low on equip. Kyochi should be his primary target, and I think he is actually the one. But in the process, Fahim does get some damage. And now if Zerv actually goes for the pick, this is gonna be a death sentence because he's gonna fall, and now that's gonna allow Fahim to go for the ultimate. And I think that is something Fahim is actually opting to go, but doesn't matter.
No.
Kyochi with the Hunter City will make sure nobody messes with the Hunter, and that is how we're gonna be seeing Wolframite keeping themselves on the top of the game. 2-1 in favor of them. Even though the round itself was actually looking like it is gonna be a round for SCR, but still Wolframite was able to hold on to that. But in the end, SCR a very well executed pistol round. They did not go for the plan, however, but still they have the economy to go for a full buy.
That round was definitely a little bit of a worrisome round for Wolframite. They were on the verge of winning, but SCR really playing on those trades. Whenever a player dies, they're sure to get the one kill back for him. Right now, they are pushing towards the B side. Finally, from that A side, shifting to the B side, seeing what they can do in this other side of theirs on bind. Immediately, Aku's camera is being destroyed. And he's holding a really off angle, trying to get a one-way smoke. He's spamming to hookah, but he doesn't get any damage done to any of his teammates. Rather, he's going to take some damage himself. But he still has another cage. He's going to destroy that drone too. We can see SCR still trying to execute to this side, and Brimstone ultimate coming in, put Aku out of his position, and Captain Rage gets the frag. Fine 450 with one of his own onto Kyochi, and it's a retake scenario for Wolframite right now. Ezio's gonna pop the Rena Empress. Toxin's low on HP, gets spammed through the smoke, and seems like all hope is lost as the bomb plant is gonna go down. It's all onto these two players, Zerv and Ezio. The duelist for Wolframite to make something happen.
It's gonna be pretty challenging for them, but I think they can make it happen. I'm pretty sure in Ezio's minds, Ezio's family is actually ringing, and if it is ringing, he will have to make it work. But unfortunately, the Empress is gonna drown, and yes, it will drown because it's not gonna be available anymore. Xander is gonna get a kill on Deserve, and now it's all up to our brother, the Assassin here. I don't think nothing is permitted. It's not gonna be applicable here. It's gonna be a rush of the Templars, but Ezio's gonna fight up one, almost a second. Yes, he finds the second, but not the third. SCR 8-bit drips is gonna eliminate him, and that is how we're gonna be seeing equalization from the side of SCR. A very well executed buy round from their end. Wolframite also tried their best to hold on, but still, it was almost a flawless round from SCR's end. So I think they can also have the momentum back online, because Wolframite can tend to bring it back, but they'll need another eco run. I think they heard me, and that's why they're going for another eco run. That can allow SCR to go for a free round, or let's say if they can establish their lead. But do know, ladies and gentlemen, on the previous two eco rounds, or let's say pistol rounds, we saw the rounds actually going in favor of the players wielding the handguns.
Finally, Wolframite on an eco, and they're going to be holding B side, but all 5 of them here, the right decision being made, and they're pushing through long too. The long completely empty, 2 players. Fine 450 and Xander are there, and they're gonna get a frag. Zerv getting one onto Xander. Fine 450 with the trade onto Kyoji. He's even gonna pop the Empress. And a flank coming in. We're seeing Captain Rage a triple kill with the ultimate.
God.
That is huge, and it's all on Toxin with a Sheriff. Not much he can do. Captain Rage with a 4K this round, 3 with his ultimate. I mean, it was a good call to push too long, aggressive, but they were immediately halted. The momentum was destroyed, and they're gonna have to go and lose that eco. The lead going in favor of SCR. Right now, a buy round coming in from Wolframite. All rifles, and even Aqua. I'm seeing he's going for a Nodin. That's an interesting choice, but seeing how he likes to spam through those Cypher one-way cages, that could be the right option. But let's see what he does playing in this hookah position. And Odin is quite difficult to wield, despite a lot of people calling it overpowered. It does require quite a bit of mechanical skill. Right now we're seeing SCR push towards this B. Kyochi, a really risky move, trying to get that ult point, but he will be successful in doing so without taking any damage. Captain Rage right outside hookah. Seeing Aku holding position on top of the side. He's ready to spam away with that Odin. The rest of the players of Wolframite still holding in A. We're seeing Ezio rotating towards B. That's good. It's a good game sense coming out of him. Noise is being made outside B, so that is the proper idea to go back to B and provide cover for his teammates. But we're seeing a rotation from SCR right now. They're shifting towards A. So now the pressure is slowly going towards Zerv and Toxin. But no, that's not what they're doing. They're going back towards B hookah right now. There is a Cypher Tripwire right in front of 8-bit Drifts, but he can't find where the source of Tripwire is. And Aku takes advantage. What is that game sense? He does take quite a lot of damage himself, 30 HP only. The Tripwire was positioned in such a way that they had to peek him, and that's where the Odin came into play. But he did take quite a bit of damage though, but Kyochi using shock darts and recons to try and push away the players of SER, and they're shifting towards the A side right now. Toxin, the only one standing. He is going to be accompanied by his teammates very shortly, but the smokes are in place as the execution is going down. Blade, he's going to put a molly right onto Toxin. That's really well played. But Toxin through the smoke, a paranoid. He's going to spot Blade, but Blade, he's better than him. Ezio with the trade though. Captain, 8 seconds left. He's going to have to plant the spike for Ezio with one more frag on the final 450. It's a 2v4. 2 ults still available. They're taking so much damage. And Zerv through the green box, and Kyochi with the final frag. They're going to be able to defuse the bomb and win another round. 3-3 the score. Wolframite is showing how strong they are in eco rounds and also in these rifle rounds.
Well, yet another equalization coming in, as we see Aku going for a friendship dance right there with the Odin in hand. And now, Wolframite able to equalize it. There's one thing I really appreciate from their end. Look at the way they communicate. Look at the way they, rely on the information. Like the Cypher, yeah, he did place his tripwire in such a manner that a person who is actually opting to go for the denial of the tripwire, he will have to go for the P. But aside that, you have seen whenever there is an execution coming from the side of ACR, Wolframite is actually strong when it comes to going for the rotation. Their communication is that strong, and that is something ACR is not able to keep up. And they're actually sticking to the book. They're actually keeping themselves on the same page of the book. So that's really great so far. And once again, Kyochi goes for the exact same recon bolt. But this time around, the players are actually going to be scared once again. And I believe Wolframite, if they can scare the players off, just like this, they're not going to have too much of an issue when it comes to securing their defensive rounds. And they are actually playing in a very defensive manner, while the attackers are actually having a really hard time predicting where they're going to be pushing. Either way, I think they're going to be going for an A execution, but there's a crossfire being established by the Omen and Aku. Well, Aku is actually the biggest threat here with the Odin in hand, and Toxin, he may just be a distraction here. And I think he's gonna be going for the smoke here, but Blade is not gonna be an exception either. And there you have it. The smokes are gonna be in play. That's a one-way smoke. Toxin can go for the peak if he wants, but no, he's not gonna take any risks. But I think the Brimstone actually panicked a bit. That's why he will deploy a grenade, which will actually be a barrier for his own team. But either way, the plan is going to be going down, and it will be having the cover as well. Aku, nice try, but it will not be denied at all. Zerv is going to be going for the showstopper, and suddenly the plan has not gone down, and there's so many ultimates being tossed in from both of the sides. And it was an absolute bloodbath, even though the map itself was slightly calmer. I mean, there was bullets all over the place, but still, it was executed with cold blood from both teams' end. But looks like Wolframite was actually having the colder blood here, and they will regain their driver's seat from the end of SCR. Excuse me right there. So, good start from their end. But I think SCR will have to pick their pace up here. They're going for a half buy here. Well, this is going to be hard. From ACR side, I think aggression can be their best friend.
Yeah, their aggression has paid off in the past. We see Fine for 50 and Captain Rage really good at fragging. If they are able to gain some ground while entering, and that could be huge for them right now. We're going to see Kyochi popping the ultimate. He does spot two kills for him, and he even damages the rest.
Oh my
What is
God.
this man doing? He is the Hiko of Bangladesh right now, doing so much work with the ultimate. He's even throwing those shot darts in, but doesn't get the kill. A bit cocky there, I have to say, but Ezio does get the trade. All players of SER are low. Aku finishing things off. I have to say, Kyochi, what the heck did he do there? Tagging all 5 members with his ultimate and getting 2 tags.
Well, I'm pretty sure Kyochi is actually wishing if Tova had 4 charges, because if he did, he would have aced that. Because he took out 2 players and he got the information and tagged 3 players, Kirito. And my oh my, he is an absolute mad lad. Well, according to as far as I know Kyochi so far, well, he has been a very god-gifted player, even in the previous games. So, yeah, I'm really not surprised from this performance from his end. So, kudos to that. But ACR, I think their motivation is really gonna have to take some, moments to get back up. And I think this is gonna have to wait because I see there's a denial coming in, but Aku is gonna force to be fall back. Yes, he will fall back, and Captain Rage is gonna go for the showstopper. And there's a Hunter Spirit coming in, and I think this is gonna delay the time for the Rage to deploy the rocket. But there is the kill coming in, and I think he's gonna get the kill onto Ezio. But no, Ezio! Oh my God, the timing with the dismiss. He's gonna be saved. And the Molly is gonna block the way of Captain Rage. Well, Asia is having a very cluster here. I mean, this is really natural, and as we can see, they're having a huge communication gap here. Even though Wolframite is gonna be having a managed advantage, and I think they're gonna be able to bring it back. The Killjoy is gonna be taken out, but the Reina is gonna revenge the player, and I think the remainder of the arena is gonna be going for the same thing. Ezio does not have the ultimate, but he does not have good HP either. He will try to go for the clutch, but unfortunately Fahim is gonna be the better Reina for this time around. But still, it was a very well execution from the side of Wolframite. 5-4 is gonna be the scoreline, and SCR, yeah, they did win the round. They can do way better than that, and they did good as well, but this still the lead is still in favor of Wolframite. So let's see if they can bring it back or not.
Yes, yeah, despite losing the round, I mean, they did get those frags of the board, taking out Aku, taking out Kyochi, and all the players. Ezio did survive, quite luckily, because of their own team mistakes, but and the Molly too kind of saved him. But in the end, I mean, they had good post-plan set up there. When we see Ezio and Zerv alive, the only one there for their side in the A side, we do see the positioning from coming out from SCR. That was really, really difficult to take out. Ezio somehow able to win those two 1v1s. But right now we're seeing another coordinated push coming towards the side of B. Absolute destruction from SCR as they take out Aku. There's only Kyochi alive in elbow. He's trying to peek, trying to get something done, but there's a smoke in his way. He's surviving those shock guards though, as the rest of his team rotate. Trying to make something happen right now, as they have to play this retake. In a 4v5, they're pushing into the side, but Captain Rage, they line up for him, but they don't get the frag. Zerv with a trade. Fine for 50 with one more frag. So many trades going down. It's ending in a 2v. Oh, Kyochi with 2. He equalizes, making it a 2v2. It's on to 8 drips and Blade. But there is a Brimstone ult to play for him. He's going to use that immediately right now. But Wolframite, they fall back. They know that there's an ultimate available for him, but the time is running out. They have to go for the defuse. Somebody, as they try to hold the bomb, both of them come in, but Kyochi can't do much there, as both of them double peek him at once.
And no survivor from that round.
Yeah, both teams did lose all their players. The win goes in favor of SER. There is some economic damage done though for their side because of those deaths. I think they would prefer to have saved those guns, but right now we're gonna see a mixed buy coming out of them. I think 8 Drips is still debating whether he should go for a Spectre or something else. On the other side of Wolframite, they're gonna be able to afford all rifles. Zaku even going for an operator. We know how good he is with that from the past.
Let's see how many operator shots we're gonna get. Aku is gonna be the entry here, but he's not gonna find any possible threats here. But I think the Sova might get slightly greedy to go for the peak from the side of the Fountain, and I think the Reina is gonna be the one. Is he gonna fall for the trap though? I don't think it is gonna be the case because he will get tagged, and unfortunately he will have to fall back. Well, bad timing as you said, Kirito. And I think what else is wrong? We're gonna be seeing a very well placed grenade coming from the side of Rage, and that is gonna damage a lot onto Kyochin. And now there's the out of shadows coming in from the Omen, which is obviously gonna put him in a situation where nobody's gonna be concentrating on him.
Kyochi.
But Kyochi is gonna be on the rampage. He's gonna pick up a 3K right there. But 8 Drips is gonna stop his rampage, but he is gonna go for the plan. But for how long is he gonna survive? That is gonna be a question because Wolframite has the manpower advantage, and there he is, the paranoid player. He's gonna find one, but he's not gonna find the second because there's a refrag from. Oh my god! Trust me, I'm having a hard time pronouncing this name. Zerv, I think. Kirito?
Yeah, I think it is Zerv. I think
yeah.
Zerv. But I mean, his name, regardless of how it's pronounced, his gameplay is just out of his mind. He's as a
absolutely.
Raze, he's doing. I mean, what Razes are meant to do. He's doing the damage for his teammate. Even if those aren't kills, we do see he has 4 assists already. So he's putting the damage on the teammates. And since there is no healer available for either of the teams, those damages are really coming into play when the remainder of the team are going for those frags.
Are you missing Jet, by the way, Kirito?
Oh yes, definitely. We all expected Jet to come in every team, but I don't, I don't mind not having it. I feel like Jet is a really overplayed character despite having strengths and weaknesses. Jet, I don't mind seeing a match without Jet.
Well, that is true, but on the map of Vine, actually, as I mentioned multiple times, there's so many clusters to, use the explosives, and that is why Raze is actually more, common in Vine, and I think that's why both of the teams are actually having the grenade kills, the showstopper kills. Well, satchels are actually used for the movement, so that's not going to be a concern here, but either way we're going to be having 2 players falling from the side of the attackers and 1 from the defenders. So I think it is going to be an execution, because I see the spike has made its way to A, but that is really going to be a big question mark. We're still seeing Ezio trying to scout the location out. There is Fahim with 1, and he's going to pick up a cycle. Aku, I think he had an operator in the hand, that's why he actually went for the
Kyochi's gonna pull the
sheriff. And oh no, Fahim, you didn't need to do that, my boy. You did not need to move. Kyochi did not have the perfect lineup, but still, he will evade the Hunter's Fury and he will go for the plan, and that is gonna allow him to go for the ultimate.
Oh no, the
I
nade!
think Fahim will not survive. As I mentioned, Kirito, Raze is that strong on this map, and Xander is gonna be surviving all by himself with a judge in hand. Now, if he's gonna make the judge happen, I don't think he will. Kyochi is gonna find the kill, and I think he will. Well, Zer actually was looking for a boom blast, but nope, it's not gonna happen. But that's actually not gonna be a huge issue, because Wolframite is gonna put their name on the halftime as a leaderboard, on the leaderboard with 7-5 scoreline, and well, that's a good half, as we see on the chat from both sides.
I have to say, Wolframite, their agent selection, I think should be like, it's absolutely perfect, like based on how each player plays. Kyochi, he's so good with that, so we already see him getting those shock darts and ultimate kills, the recon information for them. Ezio, he has those good aims to play with Reyna, to dismiss away, to get the healing whenever he needs. Zerv, he's just being the demolition man, damaging everyone, even, getting all those kills, even using those satchel to deny his entry. Aku having those smart plays, Toxin also providing those smokes and paranoias to deny the entries. Right now, I think they just need to transfer those utility usages into attack, and that shouldn't be that hard, because I've seen them play in the past. They are quite aggressive in the attacking side, so I expect them to have an even more dominant performance in the attacking half. But let's see what SER are going to show us. So first, we're seeing Wolframite with a split push. We see a couple of players, Ezio and Aku, still going towards B. There is quite a bit of utility from Killjoy there, so that won't be the best site to go for, especially with 2 players. But the rest of the players from Wolframite are swarming around A, Toxin in A short, trying to make some ground, get some space to do the entry. But we're seeing SCR playing really defensively on the attack. When Wolframite were attacking, we saw them really hold aggressive positions, playing really forward. But right now, SCR, they're all the way behind the sites. All of the players in the A side are behind. Kyochi does put
I
a
was
recon.
wondering if Kyochi had the bolt on the drone, because he didn't shoot the Raze despite of seeing him. But back to you, Kirito.
I'm not sure either. I don't think we can see that in the observer. But a rotation coming in from Wolframite. They're pushing towards this B right now, which should
30 seconds
be
left.
relatively easier, but they have to be wary of those Killjoy utility. Aku's gonna clear out the whole site with this camera as the alarm bot and swarm mates are gonna go off. Aku, whoa, fine for 50. He's gonna take him out, and a spam coming out from so many players. Toxin's gonna be able to finish him off. Kyochi tries to plant the bomb, but those Killjoy picks land off. So predictable, I might say. Xander with a shock dart kill, and they're gonna push in, not even letting Wolframite plant the bomb. Blade with a frag onto Zerv. Rick is Ezio trying to get the bomb plant down, but there's nothing he can do. Only Toxin remains alive. Coming in from CT, he's trying to get an exit frag, but he can't even get one. That was such a close round. A good call from Wolframite to rotate, but as I said, the Killjoy utility denying them the plan, not giving them any room.
Trust me, Kirito, on first glance, I thought it was a post-plan situation, and later I was like, oh, okay, the plan has not gone down. But still, the defender's aggression just to deny the plan was so marvelous that the plan just did not go down. Well, sadly, there was 1 player surviving, but he's also gonna fall, and that is gonna be the second pistol going in favor of SER. I believe. Actually, no, this is the second. Yeah, it's SER both of the pistol rounds, so that is actually good on their side. But still, if history repeats itself, we may see Wolframite doing a lot of damage here, because on the previous time we saw Wolframite taking the eco round, but This time around, is it gonna be the same case or not? That is gonna be a big question mark. Question mark or not. We're seeing so many smokes in the vicinity of A and a lot of players swarming near A. And oh my god, these players are absolutely not maintaining social distancing considering the knockdown. And I think they will try their best to put the plan, but the plan is not going down yet, even though there is the cover and the smokes are gonna be evaporated as well. And Wolframite, actually it was a bamboozle from there, and as they're gonna be going for a rotation to B. And I think they can make it happen, but there's a swarm grenades which will deny the time and which will allow the defenders to go for the rotation. A very well execution, a very well strategy from the side of ACR. Well, strangers are emitting radiation. I think they will keep emitting radiation here. Eclipse will miss the player on the left, and he will be taken out by the player who was hiding in the head left, but there's the refract coming in from the side of Fahim. Xander is gonna get a kill once again, and he's gonna fall in the hands of Kyochi. But it's gonna end up on a 1v1. Is it gonna be the old dog or is it gonna be the Mexican lady? That is gonna be the $1 billion question now. Ezio does not have a good weapon to work with. I think he's gonna be able to recover that. Oh no! What are you looking at, Blade? And once again, we see another thrifty round being taken by Ezio or Wolframite. Well, this guy is an absolute assassin. He is being the boogeyman. Nobody's looking at him. And he will do so many damage with a little pistol. 8-9, Kirito.
I do not believe what happened there. I mean, Wolframite, how do they win these ecos? I think no other team has been so consistent in eco rounds than Wolframite. And just based on this one match, though, I mean, I haven't seen the previous matches, but based on this one match, I haven't seen any other team win those eco rounds, or even after losing the first pistol round, win those second round so consistently. So immediately they're going to be pushing SER into another eco. We're seeing Lane with a shorty, which is, I think, the most unique gun selection in this matchup. Wolframite gonna go for full buys, all rifles in their hands. So I think this round should go in their favor. But let's not underestimate SER immediately. We're seeing a split push again. Wolframite definitely likes to explore their options on both sides. We're seeing no killjoy utility on B, so that is definitely something they should consider going to be a fine for 50. He is such a duelist. I mean, he's playing such a great duelist role today. And immediately a nade coming out from the Raze. Captain Rage denying them any kind of entry, but still they're going for it. Zerb, oh, the aim with the Vandal. Captain Rage, he's so badly damaged. And Wolframite gaining so much ground in the shower region. We're seeing Toxin, he's also getting, you know, sort of greedy to push in. He's seeing his teammates get those frags, but in this A-short, oh, Blade with a shorty from behind. This could be huge. A fine 450 coming in from the flank. Ezio and Ako, they better be careful. Blade gets a frag on the Zerb, but Kyochi is there with the trade. Somehow, Captain Rage is still alive in that cubby region as the rest of his team coming in from the rotation. And oh, Kyochi spots the head. Ezio with one more frag, and it's all onto the Reyna. 5 for 50 with a ghost. And two Reyna Lears or you know, heals
available.
or dismisses available to him, and he has a ghost, he has up armor. He can go for some eco damage if he wants, because since this save round, he's basically has not much to lose. So let's see what he does.
Well, indeed, he is actually scouting out for the enemies, and I think he can recover a weapon or two for the upcoming rounds as well. But he is actually going for the kills here because, you know, in eco rounds, if you're dying, you get more money. And yes, that is going to happen. Aku's going to eliminate Fahim right there. And that is going to put Wolframite on a 9 scoreline against SCR6. Well, a very well execution from Wolframite as they're taking their lead further and further. But I think SCR can really step up the game considering this is their map pick as I go through the map selection, Kirito. So I think SCR, actually they are going for a pause as well. So I think this is a really good decision from their end as they really need to keep themselves on the same page of the book. I think they're just going to calm themselves down and then they will go for their executions. So far, Wolframite has been giving SCR a hard time and a run for their money undoubtedly. But SCR, well, I've seen some of their players in action in the previous days, and really they are good players, if I may say, especially Fahim 450. I think I've seen him kind of getting into Radiant recently in the community, so we really expect a lot from their end as well. And from Wolframite, we all know more or less the players from the previous communities, as I mentioned, so it's really understandable that they have good coordination, good experience, as good refrags and, you know, strategies are coming from their end. And that is something I'm seeing Team SCR having a hard time dealing with. But you know, this is still doable. 3 rounds are not the end of the world when it comes to the difference of lead. So let's see how SCR is gonna be doing. I think one of the players got disconnected, that's why the pause just came in. So yeah, it'll be the case, but that's not actually the only map we're gonna be playing, ladies and gentlemen. Even if we see SCR happens to lose this game or lose this map, they will still have one more chance on the map of Split, which is selected by Wolframite. So as I point out, this map, or should I say Split, is selected by Wolframite, that can be the choke point for ACR, because as Wolframite chose Split, I'm 100% sure they have some strategies up on their sleeves.
So Wolframite, I have to say, I mean, as you talked about SER there, they are good players. I've seen them play before, and I think yes, especially players like Captain Rage and Fine for 50. I think they just need some time to get into the game. They just need some time to feel out Wolframite, feel out the game. You know, basically warm up a little bit. So still, let's not count them out of the fight just yet. Even if they lose this map, I have a feeling in the back of my head that they might come back much stronger in the next map. Despite that being Wolframite's pick, I think they still have something left to show. As we see our push coming in from Wolframite towards his A-shot, and nade coming in from Captain Rage, not doing much damage though from the players, not stopping the entry that much. As we see Zerv, oh my god, he's gained so much ground out in this new hall. As the bomb plan's going to go down from Aku, Blade trying to deny it, but he's gonna get a frag on Aku, but unable to deny it. Zerv gets a frag onto Xander, but he almost takes down a couple more players with his nade, doing some damage though. It's a 3v3. So Blade does have his ultimate, but so does Kyochi, and he is playing from behind, trying to get that trade. And an ultimate coming too late, but 450. He does get the trade onto Ezio. Onto Zar, but Ezio, he's the one who's gonna get a final frag. It's a 1v1. And Kyochi, oh, he's sticking it. Blade is sticking it, but Kyochi, he's not gonna go for the ultimate. He's gonna save. I am proved wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but Kyochi, that was really smart. I mean, saving. I mean, I have to say, even me being quite a bit of a solo player, I would have gone for the ultimate kill there, considering being one of the safer ways to finish the round off. But Kyochi, he was like, no, I don't want to waste my ultimate in a 1v1. I'm just gonna go for the frag here.
Well, he used the moment of confusion or element of confusion from the Brimstone, because the Brimstone had absolutely no idea where the Sova can be, because he was actually defusing the bomb, or should I say the spike, when he was looking at A. So he actually at the A main area. So I think he had a prediction that, okay, I think they're gonna come from A main, but from the side of Kyochi, he had other intentions, and he did live up to that. So that is gonna be putting WLF on a pretty decent lead so far, 10-6. And looks like they're gonna keep it happen, because Fahim is gonna go for an overpeak, and which is gonna be followed by 8-bit, and he's gonna pick up a double kill. Not to mention the neural theft. Xander is gonna be revealed, and there's a Hunter Spear coming in, which is obviously gonna be an experiment onto the targeted raise using the neural thread, but looks like it's not gonna be that much of a problem, because Aku's gonna find a kill onto Blade. Captain Rage will find a kill with the Sheriff, but he will have to find more. And considering the spike is making its way to B, I'm really not gonna put my bets on the side of AZR here. And either way, the plan is going down, as I mentioned. Xander, I think he's predicting someone to be nearby, and yes, he's not wrong. Aku's gonna be there, and he will pick up the kill, but Captain Rage will get the refrag. Zerv will throw a grenade, but Captain Rage will not make it happen, and he will fall in the hands of Toxin. 11-6 on the scoreline, and what an execution once again from the side of Wolframite. Well, this time around, they did not have too much contestants on Objective B. They just went in, they just got the kills, and that's really sad to see that the, actually, it's just sad to see the Reyna and the kills are going for the peak at the same time, and that was just freebies for the race, and that's just that. You know what it is.
I mean, it was an eco, so we didn't really expect them to come out with a win anyways, but, economic damage, do it while you can. But they were unable to get any frags, as we see an ultimate coming out from Captain Rage. He's not going to do any damage, but he will find Kyochi, a good player down for them in Sova. No more information for Wolframite, at least for now. Not only that, Toxin, he had to back off quite a bit. Zerv, he's trying to lurk from showers, but Blade, he was ready for that. Good play coming out from SCR right now. Xander with one more frag, and can this be a flawless round? Finally, SCR get a round in their favor after losing 4 in a row, and this could be the momentum boost they need. This could be the round that, okay, we won a flawless round against these guys, so let's just repeat that performance and until we equalize. Wolframite, I mean, I think things started to really go wrong as soon as Captain Rage pulled out that ultimate. They played really aggressively, which they haven't been doing this whole match. They played really passively and really safely. So I think SER, sort of playing outside the box, outside their comfort zone could be the answer for them this match.
Absolutely. Well, flawless round on the board as you mentioned. Let's see if they can hold on to that confidence. Xander will go for the reconnable. Well, unfortunately, it will not give away any information. At least nothing he's looking forward to. He's gonna toss out the owl drone for further information. I think they'll know this is gonna be an A/B execution, and there you have it. There is the Hunter Story coming in. Toxin was the primary target, but still nobody's gonna be popping out. Well, he did not pop out anybody, but Zerv is gonna pop out him, and that is gonna be the entry they were looking for. Objective B is gonna be under the control of the attackers, and Zerv is gonna be on the rampage. He's gonna take out Blade. He's gonna take a lot of damage from the swarm grenades, but still, I think he may just make it happen. No, he won't. He's gonna fall in the hands of his own twin sister, and there's the Empress popping out as well. Captain Rage is gonna get one more kill. The Raze players are doing so much damage here. Kyochi is gonna take one more kill, but it's all up to Fahim now. Well, he does have the ultimate to work with, and now getting the 3 kills should be fairly doable, considering the Empress is on the loose, but still there is another Empress. Without the Empress, Ezio is gonna get the kill, and that is how we're gonna be seeing Wolframite sitting on match point, and that's gonna be very hard for SCR to recover from, because as our friend Aggressive says, do not play for match point, play for the round before match point, because now it's do or die situation for SCR. And when you are on the do or die situation, you feel the adrenaline rush, and that can be, how do I put it? It can be a problem for you, considering you can make more mistakes, you can get caught off guard, you can be nervous. And that is something undoubtedly SCR will be facing, but I think they may not face it either because they have one more map to go for, which is going to be blind, as I mentioned, split, as I mentioned.
So yeah, this is a really, really valuable round coming out from SCR. They have to win this to stay in this tournament. I mean, even after winning this, I think Wolf might still have quite a better chance at taking the dub. But oh, Xander, wow, that they are giving no chances to SCR. Even though there's a smoke place there, they're gonna spam through that. They're gonna throw nades there. A trade though coming in from Blade onto Zerv. We're gonna see Omen TB come out from Toxin. He's gonna go all the way, but he's gonna have to cancel it in the end. Aku with one more frag onto Blade. Oh, he's going crazy. He's going in. Absolutely TBC right now. The ultimate's still in play, and this could detain all of them. Oh, only Ezio got detained there, I think. Kyochi and Toxin were smart enough to stay away from that, and Toxin finishing it off. Quite a messy round in the end, but Wolframite were able to bring out their best and win this first map on Bind, going in their favor. Despite that being SCR's map pick, they won that, and with such dominant fashion, winning eco rounds, playing with coordination, playing with good utility. I'm really impressed by their performance. I really think they're a team that everyone should look out for in this tournament.
Absolutely. Well, I think we're looking at a team who may possibly see some action in the Invitational, Kirito, and I'm really not going to be surprised if I see Wolframite in that stage. And starting things off, we already see them destroying, or should I say giving Team SCR a very hard fight. Destroying is actually not going to be a very, generic term, because 7 rounds in favor of SCR is doable, but still, when we look at the scoreboard, it feels like, yeah, SCR can really, really wake up on the second map, because the way Wolframite have played it, the eco rounds, the executions, the spray through the smoke, as you said, and the rotations, undoubtedly Wolframite's strategies were just better when it was compared to SCR's one, and that's why they're actually taking map number 1, despite of the map being SCR's one, that is. So that is there. So nice game from the side of Wolframite, but this is not done yet. SCR will have to pick their game up, and I think they can calm themselves down after the pause we're going to be taking. So you can already see on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, Zerv, Ezio is going to be fragging it out all by themselves. Kyochi is not going to be too far away. Fine 450 and Captain Rage is also close nearby, but that is something we might have to look out for, because their fragging capabilities are just not enough when it comes to Wolframite. So that is there. But as I mentioned on the break, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to give the players some break to calm themselves down, and let's see if SCR can take 100% advantage of that. So we're going to be back with the second map, which is going to be split. So stay tuned. We're going to be right back after a short while.
Wolframite is 30.
Every game wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ব্র্যাকেটে বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এই পর্যায়ে ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হয়েছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কীভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছে। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। Good luck, agents.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন প্রতিযোগিতা এবং এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেট এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেট। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের 2টি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কীভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছে। আপনি স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। Good luck, agents.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগত। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এই সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার-আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ একটি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে হেরে যাওয়া দল নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদের দ্বিতীয় স্থান হিসেবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হবে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছে। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগত। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগত। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার-আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 2টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেট দ্বিতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হয়েছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the break is gonna be over and we're gonna be heading into the second map of the day, which is gonna be Split. So let's see how the map of Split is gonna be, which is selected by Wolframites. Well, considering Wolframite did win the first map, despite of that map being selected by ACR, well, things did went south for ACR, but let's see if it's gonna be going northern side this time around for ACR, and if it's gonna be pushed to the third map. Well, we did have a conversation that we really want to play a third map. Well, we do want to see a third map, so let's see how SCR will be playing on this map. And speaking of which, we're going to be heading with the agent selection from both sides. And just in case if you guys have not kept up with the first stream, the first map was still won by Wolframite with a scoreline of 13-7. And yeah, it was a very dominant one, if I may say. But let's see if SCR can make something happen this turn. And this time, once again, is joining me is going to be Kirito.
Thank you, Questo, and what an match this is gonna be. And considering this is a Wolframite's map pick, considering how split is played, let me tell you what I think I expect from Wolframite. I think a lot of vertical plays, Toxin playing the Omen, he's gonna definitely teleport around the whole place, hopefully getting lots of frags. He didn't really get as many frags in the last match, but he will be hopefully performing a lot better. And he did play the Omen role quite well, paranoias and smokes and everything. That was really well done by him. And Zerf playing the Raze, obviously he was a mad lad in the last match. So that Raze having that vertical potential will be quite a threat that ACR have to look out for. And I think this time we might see Aku going for the Jet, considering, Jet being one of the most mobile or versatile agents.
He's actually going for the Cypher here, but I think no worries. Carry on.
I just realized, but Jet wouldn't hurt. But let's see if since this is Wolframite's pick, since they have this agent selection, I'm sure they have something prepared for that. And we're seeing Kyoshi going with the Breach. I have seen him play Breach in the other tournaments, so we can expect some really interesting plays coming out from him. SCR on the other side, they're having the same basic pick coming out, and an Omen, a couple of duelists, Sentinels. Actually, there are 2 Sentinels this time. There are no initiators for SCR. We're seeing a Sage and a Killjoy. So that's going to make them quite a bit of a threat in the defensive half, I have to say. The Killjoy and Sage playing in mid and another side will definitely be something Wolfram might have to look out for. But overall, I think this is a good lineup from both sides. It's going to be interesting to see how they play with these agent roles and how they use the map of split, the specialties, all the things that this map provides to its players. How are they going to adapt to that whole thing? So that's basically all I expect from this matchup. But I think SCR are going to be back with a vengeance, considering they lost their own map pick. The best way to reply to that is beating the opponents on their map pick. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come out really aggressively, which is not their usual play style, playing really passive as we kick off this first round.
Well, Kirito, there is one thing I do want to mention about aggression. Well, Wolframite is the actually team going for the Breach pick here. Oh my god. Reserve is gonna take 2 kills without even shooting a bullet. His utility is gonna be enough to claim both of the duelists of SCR, and that's a very impressive start from Wolframite, and I think they're gonna keep up with it. And as I was saying, as they have a Breach, I think aggression can be a key point for Wolframite here, not for SCR. And this time around, I see SCR Captain Rage literally having a hard time as he's surviving.
What?
Oh no!
I think Wolframite were going for the knife there, and that might have cost them a couple of lives.
Oh, good love. Oh my. Oh dear.
That was quite a messy round.
That was an extremely dramatic start, Kirito. I mean, nothing anticlimactic, but oh my god. Well, that's how we're gonna be heading into the first round of the second map, ladies and gentlemen. And SCR will not be able to take that, even though I think that Captain Rage has a good economy because he did get 3 kills, and yes, he is the only player cracking the double digits, or should I say more than 2k currency in his pocket. But this time around, as they are forced to go for an eco round here, I think this can be hard for them, as Wolframite is here with an anti-eco. But we've seen so many eco rounds being won by the team who are actually ecoing, so Wolframite can be up for a surprise, but let's see how they will be maneuvering with it. Kyochi is going to be holding on the angle onto mid, and I think Sorry is actually not going to be sorry for going for the pick. Yes, he will be sorry, and Wolframite is going to pick up 2 kills on the initial phase. Blade is going to pick up 1 kill onto the targeted Breach, but the damage has been caused, and now winning this round is going to be pretty hard because they do not have the manpower advantage nor the weaponry advantage. They do have the spike in their control though, so they can try to rotate to B, but there is at least 1 player inside of pretty much every vicinity possible. And I love the fact Wolframite cutting off all the rotations, and I think they will just do that. There is the elevator getting walled out by the Sage, and I think Blade is going to be up for a surprise unless he waits for the wall to come down And I think he will look at the, yes, he will mid the wall. And now they're actually going for A. Well, that was a pretty impressive rotation. They're not giving any sound at all. Toxin, I think he's expecting some guests here, and I think he saw them. Yes, he did. And there's a paranoia coming in. There's a flanks coming in from Zerv as well, as he was playing inside of Ram. And there's a 3K drive fight for him, and he's got his fourth as well. And oh dear, once again we're gonna be seeing Wolframite destroying SCR without showing any mercy. Well, the raise was a boogeyman. Well, ACR tried to be one, but just did not work out the way it was planned. And I think it's actually a team meeting happening from Wolframite, and there is the horn coming in. Oh dear. Okay. And that's finally we're gonna be seeing a buy round from the side of SCR. Let's see how they will maneuver with the buy round.
This could be where they sort of make their stand. SCR do have a good agent lineup in the stacking half. And I have seen them play really well, individually, Captain Rage and Blade. Fine for 50, expect a lot from them. But, losing those two first rounds can have a toll in your head. But this is where you sort of refresh your minds. As you see all rifles in their hands, they're aggressing towards mid like there is no tomorrow. But a lot of utility being used by Wolframite to deny the entry. Even their own Sage, Captain Rage, he's gonna throw one ice in there as well, denying Toxin to push in through the smoke to maybe get a couple of hits through the spam. But he's still there. He's still lurking in that vents area. In quite a dangerous position, might I say, as well. As Wolframite, they've fallen back quite a bit. They are well aware that this is a buy round coming in from Wolframite and Toxin. He's in trouble. He's gonna have to try and TP away. He does take some damage, but he's relatively safe as a rush comes in from Fine 450. But Toxin, he's safe and falls away. But Noise Q has been given. Toxin is still holding the angle. Fine 450 is gonna stay safe as Ezio. Battle Sage takes on one player. A trade coming in, but Zerv, he's gonna have a trade of his own. As it's a 4v3 now. The bomb's still available for Captain Range. He's gonna wall off this tier region. Oh, this lurker from... Sir, sorry. This could be really huge. I hope Toxin would have checked that angle. But in the end, it didn't work out for him as Ezio gets taken out. Zerv with a trade. It's a 1v2. It's all on to Sorry, who gets hit quite a bit. And Zerv, wall bang. That's a wall. I didn't know that angle was wall bangable at all. But a dominant performance coming in. Even in the buy rounds, SCR, they're just having no room to push in.
Well, SCR will have to adapt to the situation a bit more strongly, and for that they're going for yet another eco run, and this is actually going to allow Wolframite to take the lead further and further. And this is something I was actually saying when the map was selected first, Kirito, because you can see how aggressive Wolframite is despite being on defensive rounds. So their breach is actually the choke pointer, even though they could have been more scary if they opted to go for a jet pick, but we're not seeing any jets today, so yeah, no insta-locks coming in. That's a sad life, but still, that's on the bright side of Wolframite so far. Fahim, however, is going to pick up the first kill with the Sheriff, and Squitch is going to pick up a double kill onto 8 Dips and Blade, but there's the revive coming in from the side of Captain Rage. A good shot from his end, but still, the manpower is in the favor of SCR due to the revive. Toxin is going to go for the blockage.
Yell too loud there, by the way.
Well, that was a perfect lineup.
I thought that there was going to be a 3K there, but he did get 2K, which is good enough, but Aku getting pressurized there. He's going to get pushed right into vents, but SCR not giving any chance for Wolframite. It's a 4v2 now. You can see Fine 450 still lurking. Ezio aware of him, able to get the frag and even heal himself, playing a Sage, an aggressive Sage at that. It's Toxin inside this A side. He has to get a few frags to at least do some work. He sees the raise, takes care of Blade. Oh, sees the Captain Rage, but can't get the frag there. It's all on to Ezio. Let's see if he should... I mean, their economy is... it's not in the best shape, but he can still go for a clutch.
Not the worst either.
Yeah, not the worst either, so he can still go for the clutch. We know how Ezio is really good in these scenarios. He isn't playing the really well-preferred Reyna in these situations, but he still has a Sage with heal. Now he knows exactly where the two players are, one in stairs, one in the side, but it's going to be Sorry who's going to be finishing it off, putting the first round on the board for SCR.
Not to mention it was a 50 round, so SCR is off to a pretty good start. Well, slowly but steadily they will get around, and I think they can potentially push the limits and in order to push it to their own advantages, and they can also push it to the third map. Well, that is going to be a big question mark even now, because there's still 2 rounds. Well, not the end of the world, but considering Wolframite can still go for a full buy slash. Actually, this is a half buy from their end because we see 2 SMGs being popping out. But Aku is also opting to go for the operator here. So I'm still gonna say the team SCR will have a hard time winning this round. But if they can win this one out, they are gonna have the flexibility to equalize it. But they will have to take this fight first. This time around, they're actually stacking up on B, and there's the smokes coming. I think this is actually gonna be a bait-ish, but we can try to go the rotation as well. For the defenders, however, they're actually going slightly defensive on A because Omen and the Cypher is actually going for a flank to the Seawers, and that is something the attackers might not notice because look at Toxin. He's being an absolute Mugi man, and I think he's actually Pink Panthering his way to the flank, and Toxin is still going like a stealth plane, and looks like he will hit the Sun and yes, he will. He's gonna pick up the first, and oh my god, he may do some more damage here. He's gonna do the paranoia, but he's gonna be taken out, unfortunately. But still, the flank was successful, too successful, if I may say. And now there is the execution coming in from the attacker side. There's no player getting detained by the KJ, and the Sage is going to make its way to the objective, and he will heal KJ in the process. And now the spike is going to go down, but looks like 8-bit is not concerned about the flank from Garage, and the flank was just too effective, if I may say. Captain is going to pick up a kill. Now he's going to hide inside of CT, and now Aku knows exactly where he is, and now he's going to try his best to go for the flank, I think. Or maybe he's actually trying to bait him out. Oh, actually, wait, the plan has not gone down. That is something I did not notice. And now I think the Sentinel, or should I say the Cypher, is actually trying to chase down the Sage here, and now we're seeing the Sage actually going for a creative camera position, which is going to give away the location of the Sage. But I think he will have a hard time finding him inside of elbow. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There's a reload coming in. And nice try by Captain Rage. But unfortunately, despite of having the information, Aku is going to be the one who will pick up the kill. And I think he's going for the operator.
I mean, the AWP is quite far away. It's all the way in B main, so...
Okay, I think he's just here to do some friendship dance, and now he's gonna sit for the defuse. He did defuse it halfway, and now they look at him. He's actually doing the friendship dance once again. 4-1's gonna be the score in favor of Wolframite. I love the whole. I actually love the friendship dance, by the way. There you go.
Showing that he's as friendly as ever. But regardless, that was a really well played round from Wolframite. The flank from Toxin provided a lot of information. It would have been absolutely perfect if Ezio was able to get a frag there on B Heaven before giving away his life. But still, it was still clutchable. I gotta say that good call, flanking all the way from the CT, getting the kill onto the Killjoy A-Drip, turning this into 1v2. But in the end, it all went to Wolframite. SCR, even after having that buy round, they weren't able to clutch it out. And look at this aggressive positioning. Sorry, knows, but Kyoji just walks in. I think he was pinging that he heard Ezio, but look, they're so aggressive, holding that angle. But Kyoji is gonna get taken out above the wall. Still, Toxin holding patiently, aiming a revive coming in from Captain Rage. Sorry, is back in the game. Ezio too does have a revive, but Kyoji isn't in the best place to be brought back to. You can see Ezio and Zerv still holding quite aggressive angles. Zerv does have the Raze ultimate. He could get some, he does get a one frag onto A-Trip. He's gonna fall back. He knew the ultimate was coming. Ezio with one more and a second, but not a third though. Sorry, he's gonna finish him off. And it's a 3v2. Still, it's very much winnable by SCR considering that 5 for 50, who's only one frag this round, but he still has a Rena ultimate. And sorry, 21 HP, that's the only thing they should be careful about.
There's a flank coming in, by the way. Oh,
I didn't even realize Toxin's a boogeyman, and he has the spike as well. What else do you need? It's all on to 5 for 50 as... Oh, Zerv, he was trying to... I think he wanted to go for the ult, but 5 for 50, taking down Aku. He is on HP, he does heal himself. It's all on to Toxin, but oh, excuse me? Toxin disconnected. The timing on that. That could not have been
Oh my.
Toxin disconnected. I saw him standing still and I was like, what happened? I pressed tab and I saw the disconnected marker on his ping, on the place where his ping was supposed to show up. So that was very unfortunate.
That is sad. That was absolutely sad. But Fahim 450 is gonna pick up the clutch he was looking for. Well, a 1v3 for him. That's good for him so far. But yeah, he did also get a 2 kills, so kudos to him. But 4-2 is not a bad scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. This is still doable for SCR if they can keep up to it, that is. But this time around, I think SCR's strategy was almost collapsing. But in the dying seconds, Fahim was there to pick the clutch up. And yeah, trust me, Kirito, when I saw the Omen is not moving, he's looking at a very general direction from heaven, I was like, okay, something is wrong. Either his mouse got disconnected or something, but no, actually it is his internet. And as he is disconnected, I think actually we are having a pause there. Well, aside that, I think Wolframite and ACR can use this time to get their heads together, because 4-2 is not a very shabby score, Kirito, but you still need to push it to the third map. If I was at least in the shoes of ACR at the moment, I would have tried my soul to push to the third map, because I've already lost my own map, and now I'll have to take my enemies or my opponent's map in order to push it to the third. And considering this is not a ranked game or just a pub game, it's obviously so many people are watching you play. You want to get onto the invitationals. You want to have that honor. So it's really understandable the players will try their heart and soul to take this victory home.
Yeah, both teams are definitely giving it their all. I can see it in the way they move, in the way they shoot the guns. I know that they're trying to win this as best as they can. And
By the
SCR,
way,
they're not having the success they want. Yes, Rester, continue.
I have a question. What is going to be your opinions about the friendship dances from both of the sides? I mean, we've seen it from day one. So I
mean,
do find it's actually a friendly gesture. That's something I agree on, but still.
It is the part of the game. And if both teams, if one team does it, that allows the other team to do that. So, as long as both of them keep that on the equal terms and make sure not to go overboard with that. So I think it's good as long as that is maintained. So still, I'm seeing that the friendly gestures are still friendly in this match. It's not turning into something we don't want it to be.
Actually, it is kind of a meme, because we're actually casting from Bangladesh, and we all know the Boshan meme. And trust me, it's actually identical to that. And yeah, I just had to mention that. And as I got the notification that Toxin is actually going to be rejoining the game, so I think we can start as soon as he's ready. And I think he is ready, Kirito.
Yeah, Toxin is back and he's roaring to go. He wants to make up for that disconnection. I know it wasn't his fault, but I think there's a sense of guilt he might be feeling. But still, Wolframite, they're going to have to go for an eco, I think, for the first time in this match. So SCR finally have the advantage, and this could be the start of this start of their comeback. 4-2 isn't a impossible place to come back from. So they are shifting towards this A side, which I think, Wolframite aren't an eco, but we see Zerv and Toxin holding towards the Ramsk region, and Ezio is in mid, who can rotate there really quickly. So they can get hopefully a few frags in that. That could definitely help Wolframite, but the rifles are not really allowing them to do so. They're going to have to fall back quite a bit. Zerv is going to lose a chunk of his HP. Sorry, aggresses on him, 8 mid trips, takes down Toxin with the rifle. There's not much they can do as Kyoshi. He's holding Ramsk with a ghost. The rest of the players are Wolframite. Oh, sorry. Was that a one-tap on the Zerv? I didn't really realize, but Kyochi finally getting a frag for Wolframite as Blade is going to get the trade on. And Aku, the only one alive for Wolframite with a Sheriff. He's on the flank, but there is a Killjoy bot. I think SCR are predicting that Aku could be on the flank. So economic damage is the objective here for Aku. I don't think it is really not much possible for him to win the whole thing, but
it's pretty much inevitable for him at the moment.
Getting a frag or two, possibly two would be the best thing he could do right now. But the players of SCR are on the hunt for him. They're all the way in this B side, so he should be relatively safe. But I think he's gonna.
He's gonna commit to the. He's actually He's gonna committing to the bomb.
Yeah,
actually,
he's gonna die to bomb for the last bonus.
Oh well, in the end, it was an eco run, so they can take the damage. So very well executed anti-eco from the side of Sanger's emitting radiation, as they will have only one more round to go for the equalization. So let's see if they can make it happen or not. Well, last time around, we did see Toxin getting disconnected, and then we had to go for an eco. So Wolframite not having 2 good rounds on the previous 2, but still they have the lead, so they can make it work. And now this time around, they're actually going for the full buy. Ezio will drop the Vandal for his teammate, but I think, was it intentional? I think it was. Yeah, it actually was. Aku was actually the person who got. Yes, it is going to be the case. And this is surprising, And no, it's not going to be ignored, actually. Well, as I was saying, Zerv was actually playing for on this area for a very long time, and I think this time SCR was actually concentrating on that, and they will pick up the first kill, the initial one they needed for a very long time. And now FCR was walking with a actually Captain Rage was walking with a wall in his hand, and now he's gonna fall. Ezio, however, is gonna be recovered. Kyochi is trying to get the refrag, but Aku's gonna take that one, and now there is the Empress on the loose, and Fahim is gonna get the kill, and suddenly the tables have turned. Aku's gonna be on a clutch situation once again, but he does have the neural theft to work with, and now considering the attackers do not actually they do have the control of the spike, so they can go to objective B because there is no possible threats nearby. There is the cages being triggered, but it's not gonna be useful because Wade is trying to find out the camera, but he will not find success for now. But he will get tagged by the tripwire, however, which is gonna give away the location to Aku, but Aku is actually concerned about Fahim's location. I think he have predicted that, and now he is concerned as Fahim is on the flank. Now he will have to find 2 kills back to back. He's gonna be sandwiched by both of the duelists, as we can say. Aku is gonna go for the bait, and now he's going for garage area. Well, I think SCR knows exactly where he can be, and yes, they do. They will find the kill onto Aku, and that is gonna be the equalization they were looking for a very long time. Well, 4-40 in favor of none. Question is, who will take it away after this equalization? Is it gonna be SCR or Wolframite?
I think one of the big factors that led SCR to sort of take that round is when they took down Zerv on that ramp region. I mean, Zerv, he is a duelist, and he's been playing tremendously for Wolframite. So if he provided some resistance in that area, he did have the raise out, I must say. He did have a lot of sound cues as a lot of players were pushing. So raise out there would not have been the worst idea, at least in my opinion. But that really gave SCR quite a lot of ground to gain, and they took control of the whole A Heaven region. So it was really difficult for Wolframite to regain from that. But still, Kyochi's ult from the breach allowed them to get some frags, allowed really put SCR in a position to put back. So in the end, it wasn't a bad round from both sides, but you can see Wolframite, they're in an eco right now, so it's going to be really tough for them to come back in this round. So I think I am expecting SCR to sort of take this round and take the lead. Right now we're seeing Omen TP coming in, giving away the position. Observe as the rest of the players are going to be pushing towards Heaven.
I didn't see it was an eco round. Never mind, but back to you.
Now Aku, he's on the flank. He's going to get a frag on the Captain Rage. The Sage is down for the team. And right now Aku is going to fall back. He knows that he can't take on all those rifles. But so far, all the players of Wolframite are still alive. And they have 2 ults in their arsenal. Also a revive from Ezio. We can see, a good stun there coming out of Kyochi. There is a frag there to Toxin, but he gets taken out by Sorry. It's a 4v3. There is a revive still available for Wolframite as Blade takes on another player. And they are aware of Kyochi's position. It's fine for 50 takedown Zerv. It's a 1. But Kyochi's gonna equalize and oh my god!
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I don't know how they won that. I mean, Kyochi the only one with an SMG in that round. And Aku also got a frag there. I forgot to. I didn't really wasn't able to realize that. But Kyochi clutching out those 2 games since he peeked Omen. He knew he was there and he was aware the 5-450 was on the B main region. Flipped around and got the frag, saving Wolframite and putting them in the lead.
You see, Kirito, Wolframite, when they're on an eco round, they'll tend to play it smart. They're not taking the fights face to face. Instead, they're going for a very, unusual peak. They're trying to get the off-guard angles. They're actually going for the backstabs instead of taking it head-on. And that is something I really admire from their end, because now they're actually putting their head and their intelligence in play. And so far, they have won 350 rounds in one day. Well, considering the previous map as well. And look at the flank from Aku. And I think this time around, Sorry is going to be expecting that. There you go. Sorry is not going to be sorry, as Aku was going for a very predictable play, which he has been doing for the previous few rounds. And now, I think the players of SCR will go for an egg. Oh, no. The trigger discipline from Ezio. The trigger discipline is gonna give away 2 kills to Ezio, and I think he may look for more, considering he does have the spike control. SCR is still not. They do have good weapons to work with, but they do not have the manpower advantage. That is gonna be a problem for them. And I think that will be equalized by 550 as he will pick up 2 kills through the smoke, and I think he will continue to do so. There is the Killjoy ultimate. The lockdown is gonna be in play. So. Yeah, there's a thing. Well, it just did not work out, and eventually it's gonna be all up to 450. I think he's on the clutch, and yes, he's gonna pick up the 4K right there. And another equalization from SCR. 5-5 in no one's favor. Look, what is this rounds happening, ladies and gentlemen? Every time the rounds are going so close to one team and suddenly the tables are getting turned and it's actually favoring the opposite team who had the disadvantage in their favor. And 5-5 being the scoreline, I think we are gonna be seeing a 6-6 split, that's for sure. And well, we do see a lot of strategies from the side of Wolframite as they have chosen this map to play. But on top of that, I must admit, SCR is not an exception. Despite of not this map not being selected by them, they're really not having too much of an issue here. But they will have to keep it up. Let's see if they can. 5-5 being the scoreline. Wolframite is going for another. Wait, this is not an eco run, or is it? But this is not an eco run, and
sort of a mixed bag.
Ladies gonna get a kill onto Ezio. Well, that is the entry they were looking for, and I think mid is gonna be a very, very choke point for them because they're literally pushing everything they have. And Blade will deploy the rock showstopper, but still it will not be too much lethal for the players because there is nobody in the vicinity. Aku will be inside of CT side, the elbow side, but I think he won't be able to deny the plan. And yes, he won't as the plan goes down successfully. Blade is gonna pick up his second, Captain Rage pick up his first. So far, ACR is really destroying Wolframite here. Coyote is gonna be finding two kills. The clutch, unfortunately, no. Sorry is gonna poke him up, and that is how we're gonna be seeing SCR taking the lead for the very first time of the map. 5-6 being the scoreline, but I must admit, Kirito, Wolframite has been the dominant one so far. When it comes to 1v1 fights and 1v2 or 1v3 fights, Wolframite is really the dominant one because they can pick up players one by one, even though we haven't seen much classes from them.
I have to say, I really expect Wolframite to. I mean, they have had these the ults from Sage and Raze and Omen for quite a while, and I think if they utilized those in the past, they would have still been in the lead. But they still have it in this last round before the switch, so I think this would be the best time to use it to stay in an equalized position. We're gonna see a flash coming in from the Omen of Sorry, and that's gonna allow them to push in, tossing in the first frag onto 8-bit plus Captain Rage with a refrag and then a revive to Kyochi. Does get a retrade onto Blade, so it's still 4v4 and 3 ults still available for them. It's Ezio. I think he was looking for the revive there as well, but the wall is gonna fall. Kyochi is looking to use the ultimate right now. I think Wolfram trying to go for the aggressive, but no, he's gonna hold his horses. He's gonna try and hopefully, preferably play it for a more favorable scenario, as we see the players of SCR still quite tightly packed around outside this A region. And it's still a 4v4. There's still no advantage where Aku is spotted out. Captain Ray is trying to get that frag over Aku. He's not taking any damage at all. Oh, the nade barely misses him. Ezio is gonna get a frag. Aku gets one more. He's still spraying, but oh, Captain Ray's the timing on the spray. It's a 2v2.
Oh,
but
dear.
it's a 1v2 right now. It's all on to Zerv with the Spectre. He has that ultimate. He has to use it now. That's it. He has all his utility, full armor. I think he can pick up a rifle from this heaven region. He's gonna send out a bot.
He's gonna hear you. He's gonna hear you saying that, and I think he will make it happen. Zerv is gonna pick up the first, and I think he may find the last one as well. He does have the ultimate now. Oh my god!
And he does
oh my
now.
god! Oh my god! A very fashionable kill, a very dominant kill, and that is gonna be a half-time coming to an end. 6-6 in favor of none. Zerv will get the kill onto the target arena with the Empress and with. Yeah.
I have to say, all 4 members of Wolframites, other than Zerv, still have their ultimates at the end of the round.
Oh well, in the end it was.
I just wish they used those in the rounds prior to getting equalized. So they would have been in the lead, hopefully, probably, who knows? But coming into this next half, but hopefully
Most likely,
it's gonna be much better.
Most likely Kirito, but still it's actually past, and unfortunately we'll have to move on from the past, and now everything they had is gonna be lost, and now we're heading to the second pistol round of the game. Let's see which team is gonna take the lead, because so far it has been a very close game. I'm seeing Captain Rage having a pretty confused day because he's actually reloading the gun and deploying the wall again and again. I think that's just the animation he likes, because I remember back in the day, there used to be a player called Fat who used to play Phoenix. He used to spam the Molly animation multiple times so that it looks like that Phoenix is clapping, but still, I think this is something, the beauty of Valorant. So that is there. But aside that, we're seeing the grenades being deployed by Blade. Blade is actually getting tagged to the smoke. That's the shots coming from Kyochi's end. Blade does not have a good weapon rook, but I think he did buy the armor for the external HP advantage. Ezio might get a kill onto Blade because he does have the visual. Ezio did not shoot because he wants to muffle his location. Sorry, however, is also trying to be a boogeyman, just not hiding right next to the wall. And I think Blade and Captain Edge is actually being the bait here. And there is the smokes, which will burn some more time. But Wolframite, they're actually opting to go for a complete rotation. And they will be meeting Fine 450. But Fine 450 is also playing it passively. And I think he knows the confirmation as he will not peek anymore. There's the grenades coming in. As there is nobody to be found inside of Objective A. As the spike will make its way inside of A. Kyochi is going to sit for the plan any second now. As there's so many attackers inside of the objective. Foxen is going to find the opener onto Blade. And now that is going to be a 4v5 retake situation. If the defenders can make it happen, that is Captain Rage can heal himself. And yes, he will do just that. He will pick up a kill as well onto the targeted race. So that is the equalization of manpower. But as you can see, Kirito, the way the players of the attacking side held onto the side, I really wonder if it's going to be a successful retake, but I think they will make it happen. But not with Zerv alive, because he will pick up a 2k and it's just going to pick up the last remaining 2. And that is how, despite of having man disadvantage, they will get the kills and they will win the pistol round. 7-6 is going to be the scoreline. Wolframite, oh my god, they're howling undoubtedly, Kirito.
I have to say, I mean, the way they were all crumbled in that side, usually I would prefer a player staying in A main, a player possibly even trying to make his way to heaven. All 4 of them were crumpled in that A region, so I thought the attackers are easily just going to walk in and get those frags because they have no room. That Wolframite didn't have any space to play with, but I was proved wrong there. I think Zerv and Ezio heard me, and they're like, we're going to clutch this round, just watch. And again, an entry being made in this A side, though. Oh, that paranoia was so beautiful. Zerv peeking at the exact moment. And Fine 450, he's going to get taken out. A good nade coming in from Sir to Kyochi with one more frag onto Blade, and the site is theirs. You can see Toxin, almost got a frag onto Sorry, but the classic coming into clutch. But Aku, when did he get there? How is he in ramps? He gets 2 frags. There's only 1 player left. 4v1. And Aku, he's not even gonna pick up the Spectre. Oh, Captain Race of the right clicks, but doesn't matter because automatic weapons. Kyochi is gonna push him down, run and gun him in the face. And the round is gonna go in favor of Wolframite. 8-6 the score, they're in the lead.
Well, SCR did go for an eco run and now they can opt to go for the full buy here. Let's see if they can make it happen. This time around, once again, we see SCR losing the lead, but I think they can put a good amount of fight for Wolframite because 2 rounds are not the end of the world. Let's see if they do that or not. Toxin, however, is gonna... Oh, wait a second. Actually, this is gonna be not a bonus round for Wolframite. And instead, they're actually gonna be going for the SMG. So let's see if they can win with the SMGs against assault rifles. They could have saved it, even if they even if they lost it, they had another chance. But still, it looks like they did not have any choices, and they're actually going for the kills instead. Looks like they're not gonna be stopping. Ezio and Aku's gonna pick up 2 kills without any given challenges. Ezio, yeah, he did stay with the smoke, and now we're seeing SCR having a pretty hard time because they're actually having a man disadvantage. And I think they're gonna keep happening because the KJ is the last player surviving. The Killjoy will have a hard time clutching it out against 3 players with 2 assault rifles recovered from their own comrades. Zerv can also try to recover a weapon because there should be a weapon lying nearby, but it'll be hard, obviously. Aku is actually going for the swing, and I think he may be slightly aggressive onto the targeted player. 8-bit does find 1 kill, and I think he's looking for the second. Yes, he does find the second as well. And now this is going to be a moment of confusion. Which team is going to find it? Aku will know exactly where the Killjoy is. Now, it's also applicable for the Killjoy. He knows exactly what the Cypher is. And now, Sentinel versus Sentinel. Which is the better Sentinel? Aku is the better Sentinel. And once again, we're going to be back with the friendship dance, and 6-9 is gonna be 9-6 is gonna be the scoreline. I wish it was 6-9, but no worries, 6 and 9. So in favor, yeah, still makes it, but still it doesn't make sense. So I'm not gonna go there. Aku with another clutch on his end, and Wolframite is gonna be keeping the lead up. Unfortunately for SCR, I'm really not seeing much glimpse of light from their end, but still they can make it happen. They're actually going for a half buy here with Stingers and Phantom. Excuse me, right there.
Spectres.
Actually, I forgot the name. Excuse me right there. So that's gonna be their strategy. Let's see if they can be rewarded through this.
Well, Wolframite, last round basically is one word called aggression. Oh, but still equalization there. 4-4, but I think Wolframite losing a very valuable agent. The Sage is out and Zerv is in need of a heal right now as Captain Rage just pushes them. I think Sorry was trying to lurk. I don't think that was intentional, but Kyochi just get one more frag. As we can see, the rotations are coming in from all. I don't know what is happening this round. Captain Rage with one more frag, Kyochi with the trade. It's a 2v2. Essentially a 1v2. Kyochi gets taken out. It's all onto Toxin. Make that a 1v3 maybe? He's going for the... He finally finds a player, and Toxin is in a danger. Yeah, there's no way he's winning that 5-4-50 from behind. And a good tricky round coming out of SCR, and I don't even know what happened. I'm gonna be honest, I had no clue.
Well, we do have a lot of questions from that round. Trust me, Kirito. But on top of that, starting with the answers, Sorry actually had a bamboozle hour. Like he was like, "Why am I elevated? Why am I seeing through the smoke? Oh, is it a Sage? Can I shoot it?" And he got the kill. And yeah, that was a very confusing round, but still, SCR was able to win that 50 round, and that is gonna be a bang for their economy. And not to mention, Wolframite is actually going for a full-on eco aside Aku's assault rifle, the Phantom, in his hands. So let's see how it is gonna be. Well, there's one thing I also want to mention from SCR side. Sorry was revived from the death by the Sage, and it was a 1v3. The Sage did not have to use the ultimate, but I think he just wants to get the kill in the upcoming rounds because he is not having too much issue recovering the ultimate point. But this time around, he will get one ultimate point as he died to his own sister. So that's a bummer, but still, the execution is gonna be very successful. There is the defender killjoy coming in, which will force the attackers to fall back. But Aku, I wonder if he's gonna be taken out. Oh dear, Sorry is gonna find him and he will get the kill. We're gonna be, yeah, the timing was really impeccable. And now we're seeing a 2v3 situation and a player getting detained. Toxin, I think, is the targeted player who got detained. And if it's really the case, yeah, it was him who got detained. He will not be surviving for long, and he did not survive for long, as he will be put out of his misery by Fahim. And there's a lot of time for SCR to go for the defusal, as they will be getting the round they were looking for. 9-8 is going to be the scoreline, considering it was an eco round for Wolframite. They can have that round, but Wolframite is obviously going to be replying very strongly. But let's see how it will be. 8-9 being the scoreline in favor of Wolframite. Is it going to be an equalization, or are we going to see Wolframite taking the lead further and further to match point to secure the second map as well? I don't know, Kirito. This is something you'll have to say for me. It goes here.
Well, it is difficult to predict, but look at the top of this where the agents' pictures are given. I'm seeing all 5 ultimates available for Wolframite, and all 5 really favor in the attacking half. We're going to see aggressive push towards mid. There are 2 players in the main. So much gunfire being put to break that wall. And Sorry, he's going to be holding an aggressive position on the right, but the TP not working quite in his favor. He's going to take quite a bit of damage, but the heal immediately coming in. He should be on full HP, and the attack towards mid is being slowed down by the players of SCR. So far doing available for Wolframite, which I am itching for them to use. And I mean, like, on to Sorry, just opening things up. There are still 4 players alive for SCR for them to get through to any of the sites. You can see Aku. I think they're rotating towards where they are, but 5-4-50 still holding a really aggressive angle from all the way from screens to the main region, to the A main area. Sorry, I'm kind of messing up my words right now, but you can see the smokes come in from Toxin and the flashes. They're gonna execute this, but there is a raised blade. He's still holding strong, but the utility from Aku is gonna deny him the entry. Immediately, those are broken. They are aware that not at all, and Aku is gonna use his ultimate, the neural tap. Edge is gonna bring back Zerv, but Blade with his own ultimate, he's gonna take down Ezio. It's still a 4v3 though, man advantage for Wolframite. And they're still trying to get some more frags in their favor. You can see Captain Rage, he's gonna fall down from heaven. Zerv getting a frag onto Blade. And Toxin with one more. There's only 1 player alive. It's Captain Rage. He just get a second one on Aku. It's 1v2. But he is sort of low on HP. He's walking into Zerv. Doesn't get the frag there. Triple kill. Oh, almost a clutch, but it's gonna be Kyochi who's gonna save the day. Quite a hectic round coming out of Wolframite, but I have to say, SCR did good damage to them, good eco damage, taking out all 4 of the players from Wolframite. Only 1 alive. That's gonna really put make its toll on the economy of Wolframite right now.
Well, that is gonna be there, Kirito. But on top of that, Wolframite will be cracking the double digits, denying the equalization, and now this can be fatal for Team SCR or Strangers Emitting Radiation, because yeah, they still can make it happen because there's only 2 rounds of a gap, but still they will have to be very vigilant about it. And I think they will be doing just that, considering Wolframite, as you mentioned about the economy, they do have half shields in their arsenal, so they can win some gunfights, but still it's gonna be difficult for them to secure it. This time around, we're seeing the smokes in play, no direct aggression coming in. Kyochi is gonna be going for the concussion. Sorry, still trying his best to hold on to the vent area, and Sorry is gonna be the opener here as well. He will find the oblivious raise, but there's the refract from Ezio's side, so there's on the bright side of life. 4v4 situation. There is the smokes once again, which will block the visual from the place, but there's nobody.
They are on the verge of victory, and they're feeling that they're close to the victory, but I think they're being a little bit too overconfident. But regardless, they're still going to be aggressing towards this B heaven. Sorry, still holding outside this vents region, waiting for someone to aggress, but that's not, he's not going to find any players. This Wolframite, they all have their entire focus towards this B region, and oh, Rage with an interesting, Captain Rage with interesting position. He's gonna get 2 frags, 5.50 with one of his own. He almost gets a second one, but look at this crossfire setup. Ezio gets one. It's a 1v2 right now. He's surrounded from all sides. Can he find a second? He doesn't, and Wolframite losing it on the verge of match point. The round going in favor of SER, and they're that much closer to tie things up and hopefully taking it to overtime.
Well, overtime can be very possible now, Kirito, considering Wolframite is gonna be having a very hard economy, a very bad economy. So not gonna be surprised if I may say, and really kudos to Team SER for keeping themselves alive even on match point. So far so good, really no complaints from their end, and now they're actually putting so much pressure. They're actually trying their best to counter their opponent's strategies, and looks like they are finding success so far. Well, there's 2 more rounds to go, or can be 1. We know Wolframite is very strong on the eco round, so if history repeats itself, we can see Wolframite taking the victory on an eco round. That's very possible. For now, we're seeing the smokes coming in, where it's a very split play coming from the side of Wolframite. There is the denials coming in, and there's a Lego bricks lying around as well. Killjoy can be a huge issue here, and I think it will be the case. There is a turret as well, but Blade is actually going to be the opener here with the assault rifle and with the boombot. He will find 2 kills. He may find more, because so far he's not stopping. Kyochi is going to pick up 1 with the Guardian. Question mark, did he buy a Guardian? I think he did, or maybe he recovered it. Okay, I think he did. Yeah, he did. So the spike is gonna go down on the bright side of life, so it's a 2v3 situation. So 2 star players are alive, Kyochi and Aku. They're gonna deploy every single, utility to deny the entry from the defensive side, as they wanna burn the time. They have good weaponry as well. Now this can be winnable for Aku and Kyochi. Aku will try his best to muffle his location. Kyochi is also trying his best to hide out, and now Aku knows exactly where the push is coming in. There is the ultimate coming in from the raise, and I think Sorry may find Aku as he's on the run. Aku's gonna fall, and 8-bit is gonna find the kill onto Kyochi, and looks like we are gonna have to wait to see Wolframite taking this victory, or we're gonna be seeing SCR taking it to a 3rd map after all, as they have a lot of time to go for the defusal. And there's the frenzy dams coming in from the Omen. 12-11 is the scoreline, still match point for Wolframite. They can take it home right now, considering they can go for full buys here. But if not, this can be long gone, and this can be hitting overtime, because now, as you mentioned, this is on the verge of either overtime or a victory for Team Wolframite Esports.
I have to give props to SCR holding their breath in those scenarios. When Wolframite, they're playing really aggressive in these past few rounds, and despite being in ecos or in every disadvantaged state they can be, they're still remaining calm. They're still holding their nerves, not really aggressing too much. They're gonna play on the post plans. They're gonna play from these passive angles, and they're so far finding success. And they have come back quite a bit. 3 rounds in a row, 12-11 the score. Winning this will take it to the overtime. So I think what Wolframite can do is change up the gears. Maybe play slow around. They do have 2 ults, both from Toxin and from Ezio, Revive, and also a teleporter, which could be really useful. Maybe distract towards one side and teleport to the other one, and especially being able to bring back a player, really useful in this attacker scenario. So it all comes down to how they decide to play this. Maybe a little bit more passive, or again full-on aggression towards either one of those sides. So far, I think one of the players is disconnected. Has Toxin disconnected?
I believe so.
Yeah. So I guess in the meanwhile, this is a tactical timeout. Oh, Toxin. They're gonna start with.
warriors. Yeah, 'cause we warriors. Yeah.